Welcome to part 59 of Final Fantasy VIII. We are still on this leg cramp here. We're gonna have to try to brave this leg cramp because it's really hurting. Anyway, Laguna can talk to this guy and he'll tell the guy in green about his experiences with Alone and how much he loves Alone like a daughter. Little does he know, while he's searching for Alone, Rain passed away while giving birth to a child. Somewhere along the line, that child's name will be revealed, but for the time being, nobody knew that Rain actually died back in Windhill. Not to mention, Alone actually left Windhill in order to find Laguna to let him know that the baby was being born, and Alone was also going to tell him about Rain. But he's reminiscent about how that one time he pissed off Alone, and Alone ended up putting jelly in Laguna's shoes. Now then, it's time for us to go back into the lab where we first found Dr. Odine. And this will be a missable item, although you really don't need it to find the weapons. I'm just here to show it off for the people who want to find these items. And this is the Weapons Magazine first issue. It has the final weapon of Squall, which is Lionheart, which is what I was trying to get, but I only got one part out of 3. The Dragon Fangs have to be found, and so is the Post Ammo. Although the Post Ammo can be found out in the outskirts of the city. The Dragon Fangs, I may have to get control of a ship in order to get out of Estar and get those. Then there's Shooting Stars, which again I have to get. Well, I had a Force Amulet, but I used it. And also there's the Exeter for Irvin and the Strange Vision for Selphie. I don't have to worry about Animantites or Screws or Dino Bones. I will have to worry about a Moonstone, Regen Ring, and a Fragment, and also other things. But those are where Selphie and Rinoa and Urban and Squall's ultimate weapon is. June's issue actually had Quistis's final weapon, and also what was the other weapon? Oh yeah, Zell's ultimate weapon. But enough about ultimate weapons. Now it's time for us to get our weapons out and prepare ourselves for a fight. We have to go back down the elevator, by the way. And now we run into that thing again. Oh joy. And I mean, oh joy, as in, oh joy, we run into this thing! Because I don't even remember what that thing's name is. I really don't. But it would be in your best interest to draw from it. Oh, whew, thank goodness stop miss, because that would have been a real pain in the ass. But it would be in your best interest to draw from that particular enemy because it has Meltdown. I'm gonna cast Meltdown. And let's see if anybody else can draw it. Oh! Laguna can draw it too! Awesome! That means Squall will automatically have Meltdown. So if I ever decide to hunt the Tonberry King in this disc, I have enough Meltdown to help me to win this. So yeah. Just use Meltdown and try to break through his defenses, and then you can tear this thing apart. It's not a boss. Oh, and you can also card it too. So if you have the card ability, by all means bring it down here, because there are going to be some enemies that you probably will never run into again until like near the end of Disc 3. And it's going to use Reflect Beam. Oh no. Well, that really didn't hurt too much, but what Laguna did hurt it. So yeah. Well, with that said, Ward has leveled up. We've got some high potions, and I've got some ability points. Now that we found Dr. Odine, Dr. Odine tried to lie his way out of capture, but unfortunately that was not the case. One thing that needs to be noted about Dr. Odine sort of talks in a German language. Well, his dialogue is basically in German. So, it's time for us to go to Odine's laboratory so we can rescue Alone from Odine's cruel human experiments. Cause little does anybody know, Alone has the ability to try to manipulate people's memories and thoughts, or at least take you back into the past to try to fix a problem that couldn't have been fixed before. And Odine is trying his best to extract that power and use it for himself. That's why he has Alone. So now that we showed up here in this place, we're gonna get into a fight as soon as we appear. Because the Estar guards, why did I just say Escar? I almost said escargot, but the Estar guards are pretty much boss battles. They're not random encounters. However, be mindful of one thing. If by any chance Squall / Laguna is at a high level, the higher the level, the more skills that the Estar guards can use. Now then, I again apologize for the slowdown, which I hope it doesn't show up in the final product. But at least we are able to get past this group. Now, we're gonna have to use those little coaster things and sit on them. Oh, but also you can draw a double from here. Now, these platforms actually are elevators that can move you up, down, or left or right, depending on where you're going. There are a lot of them here in Estar. I promise you, you're going to see them. Not all of them, just some of them. Because the stage is really too big. So, before we actually do something up there, we have to make sure that the guy in the green shirt is in the vicinity, and there he is. That's the only reason why I went back, because you have to talk to the guy in the green shirt before you can continue. I don't think you can do. No, wait, no, correction. Let me rephrase that. The guy in the green shirt's going to appear once you go up the first time, because he'll try to use some sort of code to break open the door, and he couldn't. So, instead, in order for to have that door open, we're going to have to go through this door here, just as soon as we get off of the elevator. So, we're going to go into another scripted battle, and for the record, this one, I wasn't prepared for. And hell, it even raised the death flag the moment there's a exclamation point. But, mind you of one thing. These guys can learn death, and they just kill Laguna. Holy shit! I'm gonna have to get Laguna up immediately. He's the only one strong enough to take these guys down. Sorry if I seem tired, but I was working overtime yesterday and I still haven't gotten over the effects. I had to drink coffee too because I started at 7 o'clock in the morning. and I just got off the effects of sleeping over, and I just recently woke up. Yeah, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Go figure. Anyway, we just got finished icing these guys, and if you actually wanted to try to siphon death from them, by all means do so. Trust me, you'll have plenty of chances to siphon death from these guards once we actually get on to the main game. Now, for this particular part, you need Laguna to activate the console to his right, not his left. His left is going to constantly get an error message. But there's another console which if you actually hit it, on the third time, you'll get access granted. But until then, it's one of those times where Laguna's just going to be typing keys and typing keys and typing keys before Past Me even figures out where to go next. But look on the bright side, ladies and gentlemen. At least, again, as I said, we are at the halfway point of this disc. The final disc, however, is just going to be a straight shot. And now that we've unlocked this... Oh, wait, where are you going? Past me? You gotta go back, and you gotta look at the window. But as I was saying, the final disc is a straight shot. So, that means if you have anything you need done by the time you prepare to go to the final stage of the game, do it now. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing from the remainder of the parts in part 30. I mean, in disc 3, sorry. I almost said part 36, but I meant in disc 3. Now that we got the door unlocked, we can just go into that door. But there is a scene we need to see first, so that means we're going to have to go back up to the elevator because I totally forgotten about it. And don't expect to buy anything with Laguna. Again, this is all based off of the fact that Laguna spent up a lot of money several parts ago, and he is now flat broke. But whatever is the case, you just go up, and I do believe it's one of those terminals. Sorry. Wait. You gotta look at this first. Then you gotta go downstairs to try to find a terminal that would get you to the loan. And now that we did that, it's time for us to go downstairs and now get to that door where the guy in green is standing. Oh, man. I didn't want to drag this out, but I had to try to remember where what was I trying to do? Oh yeah! I'm sorry, I had to try to remember where I was at first because I got lost. But now we found a loan. I can't believe I stammered there, and I can't believe I almost fell asleep. No, it's not that this game is bothering me. Again, I just got finished working overtime, and I still feel ragged. But hey, I want to try to get this video done because, I don't want to go to sleep all the time. And speaking of going to sleep, everybody's back up as soon as Laguna's reunited with Alone. So now we're going to be going back to... No, we're going to actually go into the heart of Estar, which, by the way, has by far the weirdest theme I have ever heard. Now, for those of you who are just joining me and want to know who in the world Dr. Odine is, Dr. Odine has research or pit chat for research on anyone who just so happens to be related to or could possibly be or actually is a sorceress. So, sorceresses to Dr. Odine, it's like dissecting an alien at Area 51. But yes, this city is it's just huge. And that area right there that looks like a blitzball stadium is actually Dr. Odine's lab. What a futuristic city to have, considering everything we've been through thus far. And now that I think about it, S-Star is pretty much what Xanarkin would be if Sin hadn't wrecked that. Now then, Edea wants to have Odine remove any influence that Ultimecia may have on her. At the same time, Squall took her to Squall took Rinoa, to Dr. Odine in order to actually help her. Will he do so or not? That remains to be seen. We'll probably more than likely find out in the next part, but still, let's just hope he doesn't try to experiment on her. That's the last thing anyone needs. So, with that said, we're just going to be here through a big wall of plot, which, at this point in time, is Squall trying to find out the whereabouts of Alone, and at the same time, worried about Rinoa's condition. So we're going to be out exploring the town. Yeah, exploring the town. That's a good way of putting it. Of course, we're going to be lost in town because it has been a while since I've played this game. And to be fair, me being lost here in this town is what happens when someone takes your game, pawn it, and we haven't had the game since until, well, several days later. So yeah, I probably will end up wandering around S-Star. Whatever the case, one thing can be said. This is the area where we can actually leave, exit, and hopefully fight a bunch of Elnor, sorry. Well, unfortunately, oh, sorry. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was about to say something, but god damn it, I forgot what I was doing in the middle of the playthrough. I can't believe I did this. Anyway, as I was saying, we're actually going to try to find out where the store is, because that's the most important thing to find. I can't believe how tired I am. But what did wake me up, though, is the fact that there was $10,000. That was, well, 10,000 gil, sorry, that was given to me just now. Also, something else needs to be noticed, or should it be known. What was I trying to think of? Oh yeah, this would be the place for you to find energy crystals, which is why what I was going to go on about, but I ended up falling asleep, and that was a stupid move on my part, and I apologize for that. Now then, that guy just mentioned about something about Odine actually using people as experimental guinea pigs. Yeah, that's some crazy shit that I don't want to have to happen to any of my teammates. Now, if it's Rinoa, well, if anything, to make her actually have common sense, I would be all for. but it might be one of those cruel, inhumane experiments like Shao Tucker, which I don't want that to happen to her, even if she is annoying. Now then, after walking around aimlessly in this place, I think we have, it's safe to say that we have found the shopping mall, because that's exactly where we're headed to right now. Oh, one other thing. There is a way for you to actually find Combat Kings 3, 4, and 5, provided you actually start the side quest for them. Here's the thing. Combat King 3, if you missed out on it with the Pigtail Girl side quest, you can buy it here. In fact, I'll show that off a little bit later. But first, I'm also showing off how to exit this city. And we're here, and now we're going to go back in. Secondly, however, Combat King 4 requires you to have Pet Pals Volume 5 if you're going a legitimate way to finding it. If you're going a legitimate way to finding it, you will have to go through a lot of problems using Rinoa's Angelo search in order to find it. Combat King 5, this is found here too. However, if you talk to a soldier after going through series of elevators, you'll be able to get a Combat King in the store inventory as well as a Combat King 4. There are other things that are here too. Some of which that will actually make your GFs a lot stronger, or at least give you the ability to teach them new moves. But yes, also Pet Pals 4 and 6 is here too. Meaning you can actually look at Pet Pals 4 and 6 and learn Angelo's last 2 moves, which you won't be able to use because Rinoa is still in a coma. Which is the only reason why I'm even remotely worried about... No, I'm not remotely worried, sorry, about missing out on Combat King 4, because you can actually buy it here at Estar. And I am showing off certain other ammo, and I'm showing off certain other shops in this area, because the shops is where you're going to get... Oh, excuse me. Like the string junk, not like all the junction scrolls I just bought, and also amnesia greens. Amnesia greens would have you to get rid of a useless ability and replace it. Well, actually, yeah, that's right. Get rid of a useless ability. Oh, and speaking of things that's not useless, because of getting the Weapons Magazine first issue, the Lionheart is available with 2,000 gil. That's what I meant to say. With 2,000 gil to spare, it'll raise up the attack and defense. Now, this is a junk shop anyway, and if you have found this junk shop, and if you had, say, Tonberry, you could actually call on this junk shop at all times. As a matter of fact, you actually could buy the magazine that teaches Tonberry to call on this junk shop to get this junk shop, so you'll be able to, on the fly, buy the weapons you need once you get the materials for them. And there's Combat King, and then there's the Pet Pals. I've gotten all the Pet Pals, so I don't have to worry about getting them. I thought I missed out on them, but apparently I didn't. So yeah, that particular shop is closed, and that shop, that special shop right there, actually, wait, no, where was it? Almost got to the exit, but that one shop that was actually closed That particular shop actually sells Rosetta Stones and a lot of other useful items, provided that you meet certain prerequisites in order to get those types of items. Also, they sell things that can be crafted into Aura Stones. Now then, read all the pet pals you happen to have so that Angelo will be able to learn some brand new moves. Angelo actually has the following: Angelo Recover, Angelo Search, and Angelo Wishing Star. Which Angelo's Wishing Star is the ultimate it is the ultimate limit break. Then there is the deal with Zell's limit break, which he just learned Meteor Barret. That is a lot of things that I've done so far, and I'll be doing more later. I'll go on with more about what I've done in part 60. This is RVman985. See you guys.